Hello, welcome to our channel Elimika Mtandaoni. My name is Agustino Mogosi and I'm here in another series of videos on information systems, and this second video will be talking about perspectives of information systems. As we know that so far we have been using the words information systems and technologies without really defining what are they. But if you want to understand information systems, then we need to look at information systems in two perspectives, the perspective of technology and business. And speaking of business, we talk about organizational and management issues. So we have two perspectives of information systems. As we have said, we have technology part and business part. Speaking of business, it means that we are talking about the organization and its management. So starting with the information technology perspective. Speaking of information technology, this consists of all the hardware and the software that a firm needs to use in order to achieve its business objectives. It includes all the things such as computer machines, the storage devices or the mobile devices, etc. Also the software such as system software like operating systems, Windows, Linux, Mac OS, etc. or application software like Microsoft Office, desktop productivity suite or other software. So and also this information technology consists of telecommunications networks. So that is the perspective of information system. That means when you are speaking about information systems, you can speak of it as a technology thing, and you can speak of it as a business thing. So what is this information system now? Now let's get to know the real definition of information system. Information system can be technically defined as a set of interrelated components that collect or retrieve, process, store, and distribute information. That means when you are talking about information system, we say that it's a combination of components that aim at collecting data or retrieve data or process such data, and after processing the data is stored and distributed as information with the aim of supporting decision making and even control in an organization. In addition to supporting decision making and control, information system may also help managers in such organizations and workers to analyze problems and even visualizing complex subjects and create new products. So information systems contain information about people, it contains information about places and even things within an organization or the environment that surround a certain organization. For example, we have an organization like a university, let's say University of Dodoma. Then there are people working in the University of Dodoma, be the administrative workers or academic people, or the professors, the managers. All those are the people. So information system can contain information about all these people, but it can contain information about places like where it is located, where the organization is located. It can contain information about the things that the organization possesses or the things that the organization owns. So all those that are within an organization, or there are some things or people or places that surround an organization. Have you thought of other institutions that work together with the University of Dodoma? Let's say the TCU, the Higher Learning Loan Board. We have so many other organizations, other universities, all the people that work with the the University of Dodoma. For example, the external examiners, think of external or guest lecturers, etc. All those people, if we have their informations and we store them in an information system, then we say information system contain all such information. So if that is the case, then we can have another definition. We can define information system as a combination of hardware, combination of software and telecommunications networks that people build and use to collect, create and distribute data or information in an organization setting. So that is the meaning of information system. Speaking of hardware in fact refers to the physical computer equipment such as the computer monitor, the central processing systems, central processing unit, the keyboards, the mouse, all those things that are tangible, things that you can touch, things that you can see, that are part of a computer. We call them computer hardware. But when we speak about computer software, then this refers to programs or set of instructions that tell the computer to perform certain tasks. It tells the computer what to do. And we have what we call telecommunications networks. This refers to a group of two or more computer systems that are linked with communication equipment. So we can have 3 or 4, 5 or millions of computers that are connected, that are linked to one another with other communication devices. Then we say those are called the telecommunications networks. So if we talk about hardware, software and telecommunications equipments, then we are talking about information technology. So information technology is used to refer to the hardware, the software and the networking components of an information systems. So for example, when you are looking at a certain degree program in a university, or there is a job opportunity, then you will find that we have IT programs or jobs that are somehow more technical in nature as compared to IS programs. For example, at the University of Dodoma here, we have programs such as computer science, information systems, health information system, business information systems, and other programs. So if you look at these programs like health information systems, business information systems, and geographic information systems, these kind of programs have a stronger managerial focus. They don't focus much on technical issues, but they normally focus on managerial issues. However, the difference is shrinking with many that are using terms IS and IT synonymously. So you will find people studying IS, they introduce themselves as IT guys, but in fact, speaking of IT, then IT is more of technical as compared to IS. So as we talk about components of information system, then we can divide them into several components. As when we were defining information systems, we said it's a set of interrelated components. So what are these components? As we have about generally four major components, but these components can be subdivided. For example, we have a major component called the information technology as one of the components of information system. As we have said that information technology consists of hardware, software, and telecommunications networks. We have people as another component in an organizations. People in organizations, these use information systems to process, for example, sales transactions, or in a bank, for example, these people can use information systems to manage loan applications or to help financial analysts to decide where and when or how to invest their money. If you are in a manufacturing company, then the product managers can also use information systems to help them decide where, when, and how to market their products and the related services. If you have a production manager, then that production manager can use information system to help them decide when and how to manufacture certain products. Information systems also enable us to get cash from ATMs. As we know that if we need cash from ATMs, we go with our cards and we interact with the information system. That means the ATM consists of the hardware, consists of the software and the telecommunication network that help us to communicate with the bank and withdraw our cash. Nowadays, with the information systems, we use technologies such as WhatsApp, such as Instagram, Facebook Messenger, etc. to communicate via video chats. Now we can communicate via video chats. We can do video and audio conferencings, etc. So we can even buy tickets online. We can buy products online. We have some applications such as Kiku. We have some platforms like kupatana.com, etc. All those platforms, they use information systems and they facilitate or enable us to communicate and interact with the real world. Now let us thoroughly go through these components. We have other components like data and procedures. We will start with the data because we know that data is the root and purpose of information system. So before you can understand how information system work, it is very important to distinguish between data and informations. These are the terms that are often erroneously used interchangeably. So you may find that people talk about data, but they say or they mention information. Data is different from information. So in this slide, we'll talk about data and make you understand what is data and how it differs from information. Speaking of data, data is a raw fact. We say it's a raw material that is recorded, but it is unformatted. So we talk of unformatted information such as words and numbers. And in fact, because they are unformatted, then data have no meaning in themselves. For example, we could be asked what this what this means here. We have TUDOM 2020000144. You cannot tell what it means. However, if we present the same thing as this way, if we present this as this way, we say that we have T//UDOM/2020/00144. If we present that like that, and we are told that it was located in a certain database in a file of a certain student called Mogos, in the field, let's say, labeled registration number, then you might rightly surmise that the number was actually registration number of someone named Mogos. So as you can see, that data is a recorded a raw material that is unformatted. But if you talk about information means processed data. It means that data that is formatted with either dashes or forward slashes or labels, and is more useful than unformatted data. So by adding context, it is transformed into information, which can be defined as representation of reality. So for example, if you compare this one here and this, then this here is used to represent and identify an individual or a person, as we have said in our example, a person called Mogos, because we have found it in a database in a field that is labeled registration number, and that database contains a file of Mogos. So it can be used to identify a person. So to differentiate between data and information, it means data is processed information. That means data that is formatted with let's say dashes, and it has a label that explains what that data means. So this TUDOM 2020 00144 was actually used to represent and identify an individual that we call Mogos. Contextual cues such as labels are needed to turn data into information that is familiar to the reader. Apart from data and information, we have another important term which is very important. We call it knowledge. In addition to data and information, knowledge is also very important. But what is knowledge? Knowledge is the ability to understand information. After you have understood information, then you form opinions and make decisions, or you make predictions about the information that you have understood. So if you get to understand something, then you provide your opinion regarding the information that you have understood, and you can make decisions, or you can make predictions based on the information that you have understood. Then we say that is a knowledge. So let's proceed. Knowledge is actually is body of governing procedures, such as guidelines or rules that are used to organize or manipulate data to make it more suitable for a given task. Why should we study data or information and knowledge? Understanding the distinction between data, information, and knowledge is very important because all these are used in the study of information system, development of information system, or even the use of information system requires a person to understand the differences or the distinction between these terms. Now we have another component of information system, that is people. Actually, speaking of people, these are the builders of information systems, the users of information system, and the managers of information system. These information system fields include a vast collection of people who, in one way or another, develop information system. Some maintain this information system, some of them manage information system, and there are others who study information system. And the career opportunities for a person with ISC training continues to be strong as time goes on. People are the most essential ingredients for the successful operation of information systems. We take them as resources, and they include the end users and IS specialists. Speaking of end users, aka we call them the users or the clients. Users or end users are people who use information system or the information that is produced by information system. They can be the customers, they can be salespersons, the engineers, the clerks, accountants, doctors, managers, and so many others that make use of information system. And they are found at all levels of organizations. We have also IS specialists. These are the people who develop information systems, they maintain information systems, they manage and study information systems. The IS specialists include systems analysts. speaking of systems analysts, these are the people that are responsible for analyzing business requirements and selecting information systems that meet those needs. So they study the business requirements, and they propose what kind of information system can be put in place so that it can be used to meet the needs of the organization. We have also programmers which are responsible for coding, for testing, debugging, and installing programs within an organization. We have also system consultants. These provide IS knowledge to external clients that want to understand about information systems of a particular organization, or generally the knowledge about information systems. We have also IS maintainers, which include IS auditor, the database administrators, or the webmasters. The IS auditor or information system auditors are responsible for auditing information systems and the operating procedures for compliance with the internal and external standards. There are some standards that must be followed with an introduction of any information system. So these IS auditors are the ones that are responsible for auditing to see that the procedures or are compliance with the internal and external standards. We have database administrators that manage databases and the database management systems. We have webmasters that manage the firm's websites. We also have IS managers that manage information systems. These are categorized into three. We can have information system managers that manage the existing information systems. We have information system security managers. These manage security measures and disaster recovery within an organization. We have the highest ranking of information system manager, that is called Chief Information Officer. This is responsible for strategic planning and IS use throughout the organization. Again, we have people who study information systems, like the one who is talking with you here now. At the university, for example, we have university lecturers, professors, doctors at the universities that teach undergraduate and graduate students, and also they do research. That means they study the use of information system in organizations and societies, and they provide suggestions on how to improve these technologies. We have government scientists. These are the researchers and developers of information system for homeland security, for intelligence, and other related applications. We have another component of information system that we call procedures. In fact, business procedures are the agreed upon best practices that guide the users and all other components on how to work efficiently and effectively. Business procedures are developed by people. They can be developed by users or consultants or other IS specialists, and the actual steps and tasks that describe how a certain work is organized in a business are called business procedures. So, or business processes. So speaking of a business process, actually is a logically related set of activities that define how specific business tasks are performed. So you can have a logical set of activities that should be followed while performing a certain task in an organization. Every business can be seen as a collection of business processes. For example, if you go to any organization, there are some procedures that you have to follow so that you can get a certain service. Or the person who gives you a service, there are some procedures that he or she should follow so that he or she can give you the service or the product that you want. Large businesses have thousands of business procedures. Some are more important than others. To a large extent, the efficiency of a business organization depend on how well its business procedures are designed and are coordinated. So it is very important to define the business procedures well, so that the organization can perform better. Many business processes are tied to a specific functional area. So if related business procedures are grouped to one functional area, that functional area is what we call a department if we go to several organizations. So examples of functional areas, they include sales and marketing. So if you go to a certain organization, you will find a department for sales and marketing. You may find a department for manufacturing and production. You may find a department for administration. You may find a department for human resources. You may find a department for finance and accounting. Some other have purchasing and stock control departments. So there are several departments that are found within certain organizations. So we have gone through several perspectives of information systems. We have understood what is information systems and what are the components that make information system. This is Elimika Mtandaoni. About Elimika Mtandaoni, we are available through several social networks. You can find us on Instagram, on Facebook. You just search Elimika Mtandaoni. We have a blog, emtandaoni.blogspot.com. Or if you have any question, any problem that you want to know about Elimika Mtandaoni, you can WhatsApp us via 0782 630 311. Thank you for following Elimika Mtandaoni. This is Agustino Mogos. Ciao.